the next point I would make about public speaking in terms of being centered is your physical movement. So depending on how big your stage is, Connie, it doesn't really matter to me. I don't care if it's 100 feet from side to side or 50
Right.
feet from side to side. You should always be practicing at home about a 6 to 8 foot half moon.
Okay.
And your furthest point left or your furthest point right that you physically move your body
Right.
would be about 6 to 8 feet. And if I had 3 cameras placed out and I were to draw a line from each one of those points, the lines actually would go out in between the cameras. They wouldn't go all the way out to each camera. You don't have to go that far. And when you go to make your points, understand that if you move at an angle, then this camera is not going to see you, or this audience member is not going to see you as much.
Right.
So you begin to learn to move in a direction where your right foot is still dead center and your left foot's turned, and you practice turning your torso more than you do your entire body. This is an on-camera presence and an on-stage presence for speaking. That would be different from acting or whatever it may be.
Right.
And the other point is that when you go to move on stage, typically you're going to want to move, because I mean, you know me well. If I can ramble with my hands all over the place and wander all over the place, I'm a high energy guy. I shouldn't be allowed to have coffee. But if you have me on stage, you're going to notice that I only go so far. There's only so far.
That is such great advice, because I've seen some speakers and very high, high level speakers that have been around for a very long time, and they're on the stage and they're like, and they're shuffling and they're moving here and they're moving here.
Yeah.
And I'm getting dizzy.
Yeah, I mean, if you reach a certain level, whether it's, Mr. Robbins or anybody else, there's a lot of, obviously the success allows us to break a lot of rules. But until you're really comfortable, I just that 6 to 8 foot half moon, distance is really important, and that you have your feet that go like this or then go like that, but your torso turns to if you want to go. And the other thing is when you go to move, as opposed to just being center, make sure you start to, because you should do it more often on a specific point. So start the move at the beginning of your point, but when you go to actually finish up that key moment that are spread throughout your 45 minutes or 50 minutes, make sure you land as you say what that last moment, boom, is before you go back to center, because otherwise it's going to get lost by the people that have a different angle on you.
Yeah.
I want to make sure you land just before you, let's say, put the period on the sentence. That would be it's a really big key to me. You have to land on that moment.